Before there was a church telling people what to believe, there was just a group trying to survive. If you set aside the Bible for a moment, what does the history of Judaism actually look like? Not as a belief system, but as something that developed over time. The people who would later become known as the Israelites didn't appear suddenly. Archaeological evidence suggests they emerged from within the ancient Canaanite population around the Late Bronze Age, roughly 1200 BCE. Same region, same material culture, same language family. There's no clear sign of a large external migration. Instead, it looks like a gradual cultural shift from within. At this stage, there is no evidence of strict monotheism. Like their neighbors, early Israelites appear to have practiced a form of polytheism or henotheism, worshiping multiple gods or prioritizing one god among others. Inscriptions from the region reference a deity named Yahweh, but not as the only god. Sometimes even alongside other divine figures. By around 1000 to 700 BCE, we start to see more defined political structures. The kingdoms of Israel in the north and Judah in the south. With centralized leadership comes increasing pressure to standardize religious practices. This is where Yahweh worship becomes more prominent. Not necessarily exclusive yet, but increasingly central. Archaeology shows that religious practices were still inconsistent. Different sites showed different rituals, symbols, and local traditions. This suggests that belief was not unified. It varied by region and community. The major shift comes in the 6th century BCE. The Babylonian Empire conquers Judah and destroys Jerusalem around 586 BCE. The population is displaced. The temple central to worship is gone. In exile, without land or temple, identity has to be preserved differently. Scholars believe this is when key parts of Jewish law and tradition were written down and consolidated. Monotheism becomes more clearly defined. Not just worshiping Yahweh above others, but asserting that Yahweh is the only God. After the exile, when some return to Jerusalem under Persian rule, there's a strong push to formalize religious identity by emphasizing laws. Texts are compiled and edited, while practices are standardized. This is the beginning of something much closer to what we would recognize as Judaism. From roughly 500 BCE to 70 CE, Jewish religious life continues to evolve. Different groups emerge: the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and Essenes, each with different interpretations of law and belief. Again, no single unified system yet. What we see from archaeology and history is this: Judaism didn't begin as a fixed, fully formed religion. It developed gradually from local traditions through political change, and especially through periods of crisis. Without relying on its own texts, Judaism looks less like something that appeared fully formed, and more like something that was built, adapted, and refined over time. Before religion became authority, it was adaptation. And once it adapts enough, it starts to look like something that was always there.